A lot of people don't know that when I was a senior in high school, I lived on my own. I put myself through high school. I worked at a nursing home before school, and I worked at a gas station after school. The house I was living in, I've given you bits of information through different videos, but it was not a healthy place at all. And this particular morning, it just finally all came to a big blow, and there was a fight involved, and everything was ugly, and I was not going back to that house. And I left that day, and there was a lady who worked in our school cafeteria who had a house and had like a little mother's cottage out behind it. And she knew what was going on. Other people knew what was going on, and she knew I was working, and said, you know, if you can pay me X amount of rent, then you can live here. And I said, well, you've got it. So I moved like a bag of clothes, what I had, over to this lady's house. I had to go and get on food stamps, and then I had to go and get my electricity turned on. And it was so funny, the water department in this little small town that we had was privately owned. And one of the counselors at the school just didn't want to believe what was going on. It was a lot of things that were going on in that house, which I will talk about in other videos, but he didn't want to believe it, and he was tied up with this water department. So he thought that instead of me moving out on my own as a senior in high school, I needed to go home, and I needed to suck it up, and I needed to be good to my parents and set a better example, and that I was just an out-of-control kid, and he was going to do what he could to try to make it tough on me to send me home. So he wouldn't allow the water board to turn my water on. But the little lady that I rented the house from said that was not a problem. We just took a water hose from her backyard and ran it in through the window into my house with a squeeze nozzle so I could flush toilets and cook and things like that. And I did. I still went to school every day, and school was pretty much always my safe place, my salvation, because home life has always been so stupid. And it's just funny, it was years later before I realized that I didn't have to stay at school. I could have quit. There was no one monitoring me. But I didn't. I went on to school, and I graduated that year and worked 2 jobs and did what I was supposed to do, you know, to continue on with my life. I didn't see it needed to be any different. And the saddest thing about all this is I'm probably 17, 18 years old, and so many people are not believing what I'm telling them. So many people are not understanding what is going on and are thinking that I'm a bad kid and need to go home. And it came out years later that I was telling the truth, and I've had several people come up and apologize to me. But that's other videos. But I was in typing class, and when you made below a certain grade, you were supposed to take your papers home and have them signed. And I remember the typing teacher coming over, and she's like, well, I guess you sign your own stuff now. But the saddest thing was, I'm 18 years old, I'm out there on my own, there's all kind of rumors and horrible things being said, and there's no family. Like, there's no one coming to look for me. There's no one caring. The people that I was living with, or the reason that I have to leave, are stirring up ungodly rumors that you would not believe. But no one cared. My sister and brother, because of me moving out, ended up back at my mom's. No one cared. No one looked for me. No one cared. No one cared. That's been my thing my whole life. No one has cared. But you know what? I did it. I graduated school. I had an opportunity to go to college. And years later, I had all those people come back and say, we wish we would have listened. Because if they would have listened, other events wouldn't have taken place that took place that are just unfathomable. But I guess that's part of history and life. You live and learn, right? Just don't take for granted what people are telling you. Sometimes the most outrageous things can really be the truth. The people in my hometown learned that.